Take a deep breath and concentrate. Dictation will begin in 15 seconds. Get ready. Start.
Sir, in October 1991, reports were received indicating that the Uttar Pradesh government had acquired certain land in the Ram Janam Bhoomi Babri Masjid complex. Immediately, a report was called from the state government, and I personally wrote to the Chief Minister on 15th October 1991, drawing his attention to the various repercussions of the reported land acquisition and requesting him to take a fresh look at the desirability of the proposed acquisition, keeping in view particularly the pending court cases and the sensitive nature of the controversy. Replies were received from the state government and the chief minister himself. According to these replies, the land had been acquired for the purpose of development of tourism and providing amenities to the pilgrims at Ayodhya. The replies also assured that the state government has taken the necessary steps for ensuring the safety of the Ram Janam Bhoomi Babri Masjid structure with a view to diffusing the situation and finding a solution. The Prime Minister convened a meeting of the National Integration Council on 2nd November 1991. The Supreme Court also passed an order on 15th November 1991, taking note of the interim order passed by the High Court and also of the assurances given by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh in the meeting of the National Integration Council held on 2nd November 1991, which were taken as representation to the court. From time to time, the central government's concern regarding the security of the Ram Janam Bhoomi Babri Masjid structure was brought to the notice of the UP Chief Minister by me. I wrote to him on 13th November 1991, 16th December 1991, and 10th January 1992, drawing his attention inter alia to the need to make adequate security arrangements and prevent any damage to it during the religious festivals when large crowds were expected to gather at Ayodhya, and requesting him also to restore some of the barricades which had reportedly been removed in the Ram Janam Bhoomi Babri Masjid complex. The UP Chief Minister stated in one of his replies that the necessary security steps had been taken, keeping in mind in the local circumstances of the situation. Honorable Speaker, I present the budget for 2025 to 26. This budget continues our government's efforts to accelerate growth, secure inclusive development, invigorate private sector investments, uplift household sentiments, and enhance spending power of India's rising middle class. Together, we embark on a journey to unlock our nation's tremendous potential for greater prosperity and global positioning under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. As we complete the first quarter of the 21st century, continuing geopolitical headwinds suggest lower global economic growth over the medium term. However, our aspiration for a Viksit Bharat inspires us, and the transformative work we have done during our government's first two terms guides us to march forward resolutely. Our economy is the fastest growing among all major global economies. Our development track record of the past 10 years and structural reforms have drawn global attention. Confidence in India's capability and potential has only grown in this period. We see the next 5 years as a unique opportunity to realize Sabka Vikas, stimulating balanced growth of all regions. This for us, Viksit Bharat encompasses zero poverty, 100% good quality school education, access to high quality, affordable and comprehensive health care, 100% skilled labor with meaningful employment, 70% women in economic activities, and farmers making our country the food basket of the world. In this basket, the proposed development measures span 10 broad areas focusing on Garib youth, farmer, and Nari. One, spurring agricultural growth and productivity. Two, building rural prosperity and resilience. Three, taking everyone together on an inclusive growth path. 4. Boosting manufacturing and furthering Make in India. 5. Supporting MSMEs. 6. Enabling employment led development. 7. Investing in people, economy, and innovation. 8. Securing energy supplies. 9. Promoting exports. And 10. Nurturing innovation. For this journey of development, our four powerful engines are agriculture, MSME, investment, and exports, the fuel, our reforms, our guiding spirit, inclusivity, and the destination Viksit Bharat, motivated by the success of the aspirational districts program. Our government will undertake a Prime Minister Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana in partnership with states through the convergence of existing schemes and specialized measures. The program will cover 100 districts with low productivity, moderate crop intensity, aims to enhance agricultural productivity. A comprehensive multi-sectoral rural prosperity and resilience program will be launched in partnership with states. This will address underemployment in agriculture through scaling investment, technology, and invigorating the rural economy. The goal is to generate ample opportunities in rural areas so that migration is an option but not a necessity. The program will focus on rural women, young farmers, rural youth, marginal and small farmers, and landless families. Details are in Annexure A. Global and domestic best practices will be incorporated and appropriate technical and financial assistance will be sought from multilateral development banks. In phase 1, 100 developing agri districts will be covered. Our government is implementing the National Mission for Edible Oilseed for achieving Atmanirbharta in edible oils. Our farmers have the capability to grow enough for our needs and more. 10 years ago, we made concerted efforts and succeeded in achieving near self sufficiency in pulses. Farmers responded to the need by increasing the cultivated area by 50% and government arranged for procurement and remunerative prices. Since then, with rising incomes and better affordability, our consumption of pulses has increased significantly. Our government will now launch a 6-year mission for Atmanirbharta in pulses with a special focus on tur, urad, and masoor. Details are in Annexure B. Central agencies will be ready to procure these three pulses as much as offered during the next 4 years from farmers who registered with these agencies and enter into agreements. It is encouraging that our people are increasingly becoming aware of their nutritional needs. It is a sign of a society becoming healthier with rising income levels. The consumption of vegetables, fruits, and cereana is increasing significantly. A comprehensive program to promote production efficient supplies, processing, and remunerative prices for farmers will be launched in partnership with states. Appropriate institutional mechanisms for implementation and participation of farmer producer organizations and cooperatives will be set up. For this, there is a special opportunity for the people of Bihar. A Makhana board will be established in the state to improve production, processing, value addition, and marketing of Makhana. The people engaged in these activities will be organized into FPOS. The board will provide hand holding and training support to Makhana farmers and will also work to ensure they receive the benefits of all relevant government schemes. A national mission on high yielding seeds will be launched aimed at strengthening the research ecosystem, targeted development and propagation of seeds with high yield, pest resistance, and climate resilience, and commercial availability of more than 100 seed varieties released since July 2024. India ranks second largest globally in fish production and aquaculture. Seafood exports are valued at 60,000 crore.
No confidence motions have become such a routine that we are not at any rate as such not bothered by their frequency except that by repeated and unsuccessful use their utility will be blunted. Though we have been in full power, we have brought this country to a stage where in many states there are government of non-congress nature either headed by single parties or by
coalitions. This in itself is proof that we do not want to cling to power, that we do not want to act undemocratically. The fact is that the Congress party allowed the constitution to work. I am saying allowed because in other countries which have a constitution, there are parties which have adopted other methods and have not functioned like this. This has happened in many countries of the world, and it is an aspect that we cannot ignore. There is a changed situation in India, but it is not a sudden change. We seem to think that because there was an election, a sudden change has come about. This change has been a gradual one. It has been coming about little by little, not only in every election, but also between elections. We have been watching the change coming over the people, and we have been consistently saying that these are the growing pains of democracy, that these are the roots which democracy is striking in our country. We have encouraged this, and today we see entirely new situation. One of the first things that I did was to extend my hand of cooperation and friendship to the non-Congress chief ministers of certain states. I am very happy to say that they responded in a like manner, and they have assured me that we can work together. It is not an easy situation because not only are the economic and the food situation difficult, but the whole complexity of this new political situation is there. But we will not fail for want of trying. That is the utmost we can say on this issue. So, I think it is extremely unfair of members of the opposition to pick out one instance where things have not gone smoothly. Everywhere else where there are non-Congress governments, the transition has been a very smooth and even speedy one. I wish it had been so in Rajasthan and in other states also. This is something which we can do only with the full cooperation of the states. It is something which we must sit down and discuss and formulate a plan which can be carried out and implemented in all parts of the country. Some have said that we would rather starve than import food. I am afraid I cannot agree with this, and I feel that it is an irresponsible statement to make in the present conditions. When I talked of cooperation with the honorable members outside, it was not on small matters of procedure and things like that, although they are important, and if we can work together, it is a good thing. But far more important is to get cooperation in matters of national importance and of life and death for our people. Certainly, food comes in that category. Food and drought relief are the foremost problems for us. Last year, we faced the same kind of problem, and it was only through a Herculean effort that we were able to avoid a great human tragedy. This year is even more difficult because reserves are depleted and there is considerable about supplies. The minister has already outlined the program of short term crops, and we must all see that this program is made a success. There is also the need to accelerate intensive cultivation programs all over the country. Many steps are being taken to deal with the immediate problem in Bihar and eastern UP. Some people here mentioned Rajasthan. I would like to say that we have not forgotten at all that Rajasthan also faces this problem, and so do areas of other states. There was the Joint Emergency Committee for Bihar set up under the Food Minister with the Bihar Chief Minister and his colleagues. It has already met 3 times. Drinking water is an acute problem in Bihar, and schemes worth over rupees 5 crores have been sanctioned by the central government. The elections have thrown up certain political changes, but the real change is the economic challenge of prices and production. Many honorable members opposite have talked about the economic situation. This is natural because it is a serious thing, but as usual, the diagnosis as well as the treatment has differed from person to person. This is what I mean when I say that we should get together on certain things. Let us have some kind of a minimum program on which we can agree at least on one or two national issues. Higher production and budgetary discipline can give some respite from high price. Streamlining the administration and procedures is the first need. Stop.